What if I told you that right now, as you watch this video, a bill is working its way through Congress that could take your monthly Social Security check from $1,976 all the way up to $3,559? That's not a typo. That's not clickbait. That is an $1,583 difference. Every single month. Sitting on the table right now. And the shocking part? Most of the 71 million Americans who depend on Social Security don't even know this bill exists. I read the official documents so you don't have to. The bill text, the Congressional Budget Office scoring, the SSA impact statements, all of it. And what I found is going to change the way you look at your benefits. Here's what you need to understand. This isn't a rumor. This isn't some wishful proposal that gets buried in committee. The political pressure behind this bill is unlike anything we've seen in decades, and this is happening sooner than you think. So, if you are on Social Security Retirement, SSDI, or SSI, or if someone in your family is, you need to stay right here for the next 12 minutes, because what you learn in this video could literally change your financial life. Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Host Name, and I'm a government benefits researcher and policy analyst who has spent years breaking down the fine print of Social Security, Medicare, SNAP, SSI, SSDI, and every major federal program that working class and retired Americans depend on. My mission on this channel is simple. I do the reading, the research, and the document diving, so that you don't have to wade through hundreds of pages of government policy to understand what's happening to your money. Every week we bring you the updates that matter, in plain English, with no spin and no fluff. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell icon so you never miss a critical update. These benefit changes can move fast, and the last thing I want is for you to find out too late. Now, before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with your city and state. Tell me where you're watching from. I read every single comment, and knowing where my viewers are helps me understand which state-specific impacts to cover. Whether you're in California, Texas, Florida, New York, Ohio, or anywhere in between, your voice matters here. All right, let's get into it. Because this bill, and what it means for your monthly benefit, deserves your full attention. Let's talk about what this bill actually does, because the details matter enormously here. The legislation in question is designed to fundamentally restructure how Social Security retirement benefits are calculated and distributed. Right now, the average monthly Social Security retirement benefit sits at approximately $1,976 per month as of 2025. For millions of Americans, especially those who spent decades in lower-wage jobs, that number is simply not enough to survive on, let alone thrive. Current average benefit, $1,976 per month. Proposed new benefit, $3,559 per month. Monthly increase, plus $1,583. Annual gain, plus $18,996. The proposed bill addresses this in two major ways. First, it restructures the primary insurance amount formula. That's the formula the Social Security Administration uses to calculate what you're owed. Right now, that formula heavily favors high-wage earners. This bill would rebalance it to better compensate people in the middle and lower wage brackets. The result? A significantly higher base benefit for the majority of recipients. Second, the bill proposes eliminating two provisions that have quietly been reducing benefits for millions of people for decades. Those are called the Windfall Elimination Provision and the Government Pension Offset. If you're a teacher in Texas, a firefighter in California, a public employee in Illinois, these two provisions have been cutting your Social Security check, sometimes by hundreds of dollars a month. Under this bill, those cuts stop. Let that sink in. There are an estimated 3.2 million Americans currently affected by the Windfall Elimination Provision alone. In California, that's roughly 400,000 people. In Texas, close to 350,000. In Florida, nearly 200,000. These are real people, teachers, nurses, government workers, who worked their entire careers, paid into the system, and then had their benefit quietly slashed at retirement. Now here's the third piece of this bill, and this is where the $3,559 number comes from for the highest impact recipients. The legislation also proposes an across-the-board minimum benefit floor, ensuring that no Social Security recipient who worked at least 30 years falls below 125% of the federal poverty level in their monthly benefit. For a single retiree in 2025, 125% of the poverty level translates to roughly $1,740 per month at minimum. But for those who worked longer, contributed more, and had their benefits clipped by the WEP and GPO, the combination of formula restructuring, provision elimination, and the minimum benefit floor can push total monthly benefits toward that $3,559 figure. And here's the key thing I want you to remember. These changes would be retroactive in some cases. That means if you've already been receiving a reduced benefit due to the WEP or GPO, you could potentially receive back payments. That's money you were already owed. Now let's talk about who this bill actually affects. Because not everyone benefits equally, and I want to be precise with you. Group 1. Social Security Retirement Recipients. If you are currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits or will become eligible within the next 5 years, this bill affects you directly. The formula change means your benefit could be recalculated at a higher rate, particularly if you were a low to moderate wage earner during your working years. Group 2. SSDI recipients. Social Security Disability Insurance recipients are also in scope. The minimum benefit floor provision applies to long-term SSDI recipients who meet the work history threshold, meaning those who worked at least 30 years before their disability onset could see significant increases. Group 3. Public sector workers and veterans. This is huge. If you are a current or former teacher, police officer, firefighter, federal employee, or military veteran who also worked in Social Security-covered employment, you have likely been penalized by either the WEP or the GPO. Under this bill, that ends. This group represents some of the biggest individual dollar increases. We're talking $500 to $900 more per month for many people in this category alone. Group 4. Surviving spouses. The government pension offset has also been reducing survivor benefits for government employees who lose a spouse. Eliminating the GPO means that surviving spouses who were previously cut off from or dramatically reduced in their survivor benefits could see those benefits restored or increased. Group 5. Low-income seniors and SSI recipients. While SSI is technically a separate program, many seniors receive both SSI and Social Security retirement in combination. The minimum benefit floor provision would directly help those whose combined benefits fall below the poverty threshold. Here's an important caveat. The maximum $3,559 figure applies to recipients who benefit from multiple provisions of this bill simultaneously, particularly those affected by the WEP/GPO elimination plus the formula restructuring. For the average retiree with no WEP or GPO penalty, the increase will be more modest, but still meaningful, potentially $200 to $400 more per month. Now you might be asking, if this bill would help so many people, why hasn't it passed already? That's a fair question, and it deserves an honest answer. The WEP and GPO provisions were first introduced in the 1980s. At the time, Congress argued they were necessary to prevent what they called double dipping, the idea that someone shouldn't receive both a full government pension and a full Social Security benefit. The problem is that the formula used to implement those cuts was blunt and often punished people far more than was ever intended. Studies from the Social Security Administration's own Office of the Inspector General have confirmed that the WEP in particular creates significant inequities. The Social Security Fairness Act, which is the most recent and most prominent version of this reform, passed the House with strong bipartisan support. It has been one of the most co-sponsored pieces of legislation in recent congressional history, with support from members on both sides of the aisle. The political calculus has shifted because of a simple demographic reality. There are now more retired Americans, more public sector retirees, and more veterans reaching retirement age than at any point in American history. Their voting power is undeniable. The primary obstacle has been cost. The Congressional Budget Office estimates full WEP/GPO elimination could add over $190 billion to the Social Security expenditure over 10 years. That's the number that has historically stalled progress. However, recent proposals have paired the reforms with solvency measures, including raising the payroll tax cap on high earners, which changes the fiscal math considerably. The bottom line, momentum is real, opposition is softening, and the window for passage may be closer than at any time in the last 40 years. Here is exactly what you need to do right now. 6 concrete steps in order. Don't wait. Don't say, "I'll do this later." Do this today. Log in to your My Social Security portal at ssa.gov. Go to ssa.gov right now and log in to your My Social Security account. If you don't have one, create it today. This is your official record of your earnings history and your projected benefit amount. You need to know your baseline before any changes kick in, so you can verify if and when an increase is applied to your account. Check your earnings record for errors. Inside your My Social Security portal, review your full earnings history. SSA errors are more common than most people realize, and if your earnings were underreported in any year, your benefit calculation is already wrong in the government's records. Dispute any discrepancy now before new benefit calculations are applied. A corrected earnings record could mean even more money than the bill alone provides. Determine if you're currently subject to the WEP or GPO. Call the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-772-1213 or review your current benefit award letter. If your benefit was reduced due to the WEP or GPO, you need to document this. Ask the SSA representative to note your WEP or GPO reduction amount in writing. This creates a paper trail that will be important when retroactive adjustments are processed. Update your contact information and direct deposit details. Any benefit increases or back payments will be deposited via direct deposit or mailed check. Log into your My Social Security portal and confirm your banking information is current. An outdated address or old bank account number means your money goes somewhere you can't access it. Contact your elected representatives. I know this sounds political, but hear me out. This bill needs votes. Go to congress.gov, enter your zip code and find your 2 senators and your House representative. Call their offices. You don't need a speech. Just say, "I'm a constituent. I support the Social Security Fairness Act, and I want my representative to vote yes." Staffers tally these calls. They matter. Public pressure has moved this bill further than any lobbying effort ever has. Consult a benefits counselor or financial advisor. If you are approaching retirement age or are already receiving benefits and believe you may be significantly impacted by this bill, schedule a consultation with a Social Security benefits counselor. Many nonprofit agencies offer this service for free. The National Council on Aging, NCOA.org, has a benefits checkup tool that can help identify what you're owed and connect you with local counseling resources. Before I wrap up, I need to say something directly to you, because I know that many of you watching this video are dealing with real day-to-day financial stress. You did everything right. You worked. You paid into the system. You raised families, served your communities, served this country in some cases, and yet here you are, checking your bank account before the first of the month, choosing between medication and groceries, wondering if Social Security is going to be enough to make rent. I want you to know, you are not alone. There are 71 million Americans in the Social Security system right now who share your concerns, And the reason this channel exists, the reason I spend hours reading policy documents and bill texts and SSA guidance, is because every one of you deserves to have an advocate in your corner who speaks plainly and fights for your right to understand the system that is supposed to serve you. This bill is not charity. This is a correction. This is the government finally acknowledging that millions of its own citizens were shortchanged and taking steps to fix it. You deserve to know about it. You deserve to act on it. And when that increase hits your account, you deserve every single dollar of it. Don't give up. Don't disengage. Your voice and your vote is what moves these bills forward. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay right here with us. All right, let's bring it all together. Here's your takeaway from today's video. A landmark Social Security bill is actively moving through Congress that could increase average monthly benefits from $1,976 to as high as $3,559 for eligible recipients. The biggest beneficiaries are public sector workers, teachers, firefighters, veterans, and survivors currently penalized by the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset. The political momentum behind this bill is real, bipartisan, and growing, and the actions you take right now, from verifying your SSA portal to calling your representatives, could directly impact both the speed of passage and the accuracy of your benefit when it arrives. If this video helped you understand something you didn't know before, please smash that like button right now. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps this information reach more people who need it. Every like tells YouTube, this matters, show it to someone else. You could be the reason another retiree in your city learns about this today. And if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe right now with the bell icon turned on. We post updates every week on Social Security, Medicare, SNAP, SSI, SSDI, and every major government benefit program. When things change, and they are changing fast, you will be the first to know. Drop a comment below. Tell me your city and state, and tell me, are you currently affected by the WEP or GPO? Have you had your Social Security benefit reduced? Let's get a real count going in the comments. Your story matters, and it helps build the case for why this bill must pass. Coming up next, and you do not want to miss this one, we are covering the latest Medicare Part B premium changes for 2026 and what it means for your out-of-pocket costs if you're on a fixed income. It is a significant shift that almost no one is talking about yet. That video drops this week, so make sure your notifications are on. Until then, stay informed, stay empowered, and I will see you in the next one.